Shalom. I'm sorry I haven't been in touch with you for a while. Many of you have reached out to me in the last 6 months and inquired about my health and encouraged me to continue. May you all be blessed. I am, Baruch Hashem, thank God, well. I was busy figuring things out. The secrets are accessible, but you still need to diligently apply yourself to uncover them. As prophesied in the end of Daniel, V'hamaskilim yovinu, those who want to understand what is going on at the end of time will be granted clarity and understanding. Rambam says at the end of Mishnah Torah that it is impossible to know the exact meaning of all the prophecies relating to the end of time, and therefore it is futile to spend a lot of time trying to figure them out. The reason why this is so is because it is impossible to understand most of these prophecies unless you are actually living through them. For example, in the 5th video of this series, we will be discussing how we know that America is the nation that the prophet Ezekiel in chapter 38 refers to as the kingdom of Gog. Now, before the breakup of the Soviet Union in 1990, which was when America became the superpower of the world, it would have been incorrect to identify the United States as the kingdom that Ezekiel was referring to. However, at this point in time, when we are actually living through the events prophesied to occur directly prior to the coming of Mashiach, we are in a position to correctly interpret enigmatic prophecies which eluded interpretations in earlier generations. As we shared in video number 1 and 2, Mashiach is set to come no later than the Jewish year 5787, roughly corresponding to 2027. I say roughly because the Jewish year starts and ends more than 3 months earlier. 5787 starts on September 12, 2026. Now, lots of stuff needs to happen before then, and that's why so many bizarre things are going on in America, in Israel, and in the rest of the world. In the next 6 videos, we will unpack a lot of stuff, Im Yirtzeh Hashem, God willing. For now, I will give you a short synopsis of each of these 6 videos. This video is sponsored by Ayelet in memory of Sylvia and Morris Gadol. May their souls in heaven be blessed. If you would like to sponsor a video or just to partner with us, please check the description below. Video number 1 is titled, Now We Know Why Trump is Not in the Oval Office. Based on the information available at the time, I had assumed that Trump would be granted another 4 years. However, from some of the new revelations in a book recently published in Israel in Hebrew titled Trump's Peace by Barak Ravid, it is clear why Trump was not granted a second term. Ravid interviewed Trump twice. The interviews are available online. Trump, to his credit, is not a politician who say what they think people want to hear, regardless of whether it is true or not. Trump is very frank and honest and says what he believes unfiltered. We also have a much better picture of how the Abraham Accords came about. Now, whether the elections were legitimate or stolen, rigged or manipulated is beside the point, because these were only tools God used to accomplish his goals. Trump was clearly installed and removed by God. He came out of nowhere, defeated a slew of well-established Republican politicians in the primaries, and then against all odds took down the Queen of the Swamp, Her Majesty Hillary. Trump ended up surprising even many who were originally skeptical. He had an excellent record domestically and in foreign policy. He was clearly one of the best American presidents. He was also a great friend of Israel and the Jewish people. Yet, he lost to a corrupt nobody who slept in his basement while Trump was filling stadiums all over America. This was clearly an act of God, regardless of how it actually came about in physical reality. But why was Trump chosen and then removed? We will unpack that for you in the next video, God willing. Video number 2 in this series is titled, Trump was a great president, but Biden is out of this world. In this video, we will discuss the amazing job Joseph Biden is doing for our country. We will explain why America has to be taken down from its high pedestal and lose its status as the world's only superpower before the Messiah comes. This is the prophetic mission Biden was entrusted with, and he is executing it perfectly and beyond all expectations. In this video, we will share with you how we know with certainty that America is the final manifestation of the Roman Empire. And we will go through many of the prophecies supporting its complete and humiliating downfall before the Messiah comes. In the next video, third in this series, we will take this theme further. We will be discussing why Biden took control of the Oval Office and began the final destruction of America exactly 3,333 years from when God proclaimed the Ten Commandments on Mount Sinai. This will be a fundamental video discussing the place of Jews and non-Jews in God's plan and what the future holds for both. Video number 4 is titled, "Why is Israel being governed by a bunch of stupid Jews and a very smart Muslim?" In this video, we will explore the amazing prophecies regarding the rebirth of the state of Israel before the Messiah comes. The success of this tiny Jewish state is a miracle that even the blind can see. 6 million Jews surrounded by 500 million hostile Muslims. A tiny state the size of New Jersey surrounded by 5 million square miles of hostile territory. On top of that, of the rest of the world's almost 8 billion people, most are either against the Jews or couldn't care less. That's a great miracle. However, on the other side of the coin, this miraculous little state has been plagued with pathetic and foolish leaders all throughout her short history. Its prime ministers and governments have shown incredible weakness and stupidity. And finally, today we are faced with the current government, which for all intents and purposes is not a Jewish government. We will explain, God willing, in this video why the Jews of Israel, who have been blessed with such amazing success in so many areas, have nonetheless been saddled continuously with such failing leadership, and also why this is a necessary prelude to the coming of Mashiach. Video 5 is titled, "Thanks to America and its Western allies, Iran is going nuclear." The nuclear deal the Biden administration is so desperately begging Iran to negotiate is an obvious ruse. It is a total farce. It is the brainchild of the despicable Hussein Obama. The goal of the Iran nuclear deal from day one was to enable Iran to go nuclear so that they can terrorize the state of Israel. Why is the United States and its Western allies so drunk on the idea that the bloodthirsty, sadistic, maniac mullahs of Iran be enabled to terrorize Israel and the entire Western world? That will be the topic of the 5th video. Video number 6 is the last in this series. It is titled, "Jackie Mason Went to Heaven. Ben and Jerry Are Going to Hell. Where Are You Going?" This video is very important for Jews and non-Jews alike. The time left until the coming of Mashiach is very short. The things that have to happen are progressing at a rapid pace. The reason why God left us so many hints throughout the Bible and also in other prophetic works which allow us to identify the period directly preceding the coming of Mashiach is to give us some time to put our act together. Time is short for both Jews and non-Jews to prepare for the long-awaited arrival of the Messiah. In this video, we will discuss some of the things we can all do which will make us proud to greet Mashiach. Rather than hiding our faces in shame, embarrassed to have his holy prophetic eyes gaze at us and see how unprepared we were for his arrival, we can rather use the little time we have left to prepare ourselves and our families so that we can walk up with confidence to Mashiach, give him shalom, and say to him how glad we are to see him, and that we did our best to contribute towards making this world a more hospitable place for godliness and holiness, morality and kindness. Please stay tuned. Shabbat Shalom from the Bahamas, where I'm spending Shabbat with my family and about 500 Orthodox Jews who are here for Yeshiva Week to take a break from the frigid cold in New York and New Jersey. Until next time, may God be with you.